Michael Joseph Jackson was an American singer, songwriter, dancer and philanthropist known as the King of Pop. He is regarded as one of the most significant cultural figures of the 20th century. During his 4-decade career, his contributions to music, dance and fashion along with his publicized personal life made him a global figure in popular culture. Jackson is one of the best-selling music artists of all time with estimated sales of over 400 million records worldwide. He had 13 Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles. This is the 4th highest of any artist in the Hot 100 era. He was also the first artist to have a top 10 single on the Billboard Hot 100 in 5 different decades. His honors includes 15 Grammy Awards, 6 Brit Awards, a Golden Globe Award and 39 Guinness World Record, including the most successful entertainer of all time. In 2009, while he was preparing for a series of comeback concerts, Jackson died from an overdose of propofol administered by his personal physician, Conrad Murray, who was convicted in 2011 of involuntary manslaughter for his involvement in Jackson's death. His death triggered reactions around the world, creating unprecedented surges of internet traffic and a spike in sales of his music. Michael Jackson's transformation captivated fans for years, earning him the title of the man with many faces. His iconic appearance, marked by disguises and surgical alterations, stirred constant intrigue. There isn't much that Michael Jackson's face hasn't supposedly endured, according to the tabloids. From lip reductions and cheek implants to eye contouring and botched nose surgeries. While Jackson himself only publicly admitted to just 2 nose jobs and a dimple created in his chin, he attributed the other changes in the structure of his face to puberty, a strict vegetarian diet, weight loss, a change in hairstyle and stage lighting. He denied allegations that he has altered his eyes. In the documentary, Living with Michael Jackson, Jackson was asked about his cheeks. He answered, "These cheekbones? No, my father has the same thing. We have Indian blood." When asked about his skin color, Jackson said he had not purposely bleached his skin and attributed the change in skin color to the skin disorder, vitiligo, which results in white patches on the skin. To treat the condition, he used fair-colored makeup and likely skin bleaching prescription creams to cover up the uneven blotches of color caused by the illness. Meanwhile, hints from his former wife suggested more extensive procedures. A Los Angeles surgeon, Dr. Wallace Goldstein, who shared a practice with one of Jackson's surgeons, revealed the star's frequent visits for various surgeries, including nose jobs, cheek implants and chin cleft. Despite efforts to conceal these operations, Jackson's face bore the marks of numerous surgeries as his nose became very small from being operated on repeatedly. A decade after his passing, Jackson's legacy lives on, leaving questions about his plastic surgery journey. Walk with us through this journey as we reveal the transformative process he has undergone over the years, from his early life to his last moment. Michael Jackson started out with a medium brown skin color with rocking afro hair and a much wider nose. His family used to mock him with this. His first surgery was rhinoplasty, in other words, a nose job. In 1979, Michael Jackson broke his nose during a dance rehearsal. He opted for his first rhinoplasty to correct it. He was 21 at the time, and the surgery coincided with the release of his first solo album, Off the Wall, in 1980. He wasn't content with the first nose job and he opted for a second procedure to refine it, and by 1983, his nose appeared thinner. During this time, he also did away with his teenage afro for a different look. He embraced his iconic curly hair, marking a distinct departure from his '70s style. 1984. On January 27, during the 6th take of the filming of a Pepsi commercial, the fireworks went off too early and caught Michael Jackson's hair on fire. The accident left him with severe burns on his scalp and face. Jackson underwent several surgeries to repair the damage to his scalp and face. He had skin grafts taken from other parts of his body such as thigh and chest and transplanted to his head. He also had hair implants to cover the bald spot. He then continued to wear wigs and hats to conceal his scars and applied makeup to hide his facial injuries. 1986. Dr. Stephen Hoeflin, the plastic surgeon responsible for Jackson's procedures, explained that the second nose job left him with some breathing difficulties and thus necessitated additional adjustments. In the third surgery, Hoeflin corrected the deviated septum and refined the nose for a more natural look. 1988. In 1988, two visible changes occurred on the artist's face: heavily lined eyes and a more prominent cleft chin. Reports have affirmed that these transformations couldn't have occurred naturally. Plastic surgeon Pamela Lipkin said that the distinct cleft on Jackson's chin was not natural. It had likely been created through a surgical procedure. Skin color. 1980s. His skin color began changing in the 1980s from its original brown color to a fairer tone, getting more fairer over the years before finally settling for a more paler color around 1994. This, he said, was due to the skin condition, vitiligo, to which he tried to correct by applying makeup and using bleaching products to even out his tone. 1992. In 1992, Michael Jackson underwent multiple surgeries including nose jobs and chin implants. His nostrils took on a more triangular shape and developed a dimple on his chin. Dr. Wallace Goldstein, who collaborated with Jackson's surgeon in the 90s, revealed that Jackson had surgeries approximately every 2 months, totaling around 10 to 12 procedures within 2 years. 1995. In 1995, Jackson was 36 years old. Still, he didn't stop. He underwent a startling transformation during this period. His new look bore a wider set of eyes, a square jaw and a shorter haircut. Somehow, this new look bore little resemblance to his previous self. His skin, now more paler than ever due to the skin condition, vitiligo, further accentuated his altered appearance. According to a friend of his, Uri Geller, Jackson shared that he made those changes deliberately to distance himself from the likeness of his father. Year 2000. In the year 2000, the changes in Michael Jackson's face were so extensive that it became difficult to determine the specific procedures he had undergone. According to Dr. Goldstein, he had multiple nose jobs, cheek implants, a cleft put in his chin, an eyelid surgery and more. As his career declined towards the end of the 90s, he adopted a new appearance with longer, straighter hair. 2001. In November 2001, his eyebrows hinted that it had been worked on. On ABC News in 2003, Lipkin speculated that Jackson probably underwent a forehead or brow lift. She spoke about his nose, which she said appeared to be thinner than ever, suggesting that his nose had undergone numerous surgeries, leaving it unable to function properly. She further added that Jackson's nose had reached a stage where it was irreversibly altered, making breathing difficult. Final years. In a documentary with Martin Bashir, Jackson had admitted to have undergone a nose job to overcome breathing difficulties and improve vocal ranges. He, however, stated that he had done no plastic surgery on his face, just his nose. However, subsequent procedures led to complications, causing his nose to deteriorate, and by 2005, after multiple nose surgeries, his nose began to collapse. In 2009, Dr. Arnold Klein revealed that he had used fillers, specifically hyaluronic acids, to rebuild Michael Jackson's nose. This is a very delicate and intricate process that requires precision to achieve a smooth result. Here is a summary of his transformation over the years. Experts looked through the many photographs of Michael Jackson and put together a montage showing what the late singer would have looked like had he not undergone any cosmetic surgeries.